Hey everybody, and welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to be talking about taxes in Central Virginia and where you should live and how those taxes support our local economies and what you ought to be thinking about. And before I get into this, let me just say that it's illegal for realtors to tell anybody where to live, okay? We can't talk about schools and we can't steer people into where they want to live. You've got to, as a buyer, you've got to choose where you want to live and what you want to do. And we're here to be a guide to help you find the right house. Search MLS. But all that said, you really need to think about where you want to live, what type of house you want to be in. So I'm going to try to address those, and I think you're going to find the information in this video super meaty with a lot of really good data. And hopefully it'll be interesting and fun. All right, gang, please subscribe to our channel. Give me a thumbs up on this video. It'll help other people see it. I'd really appreciate it. So let's talk about property taxes and real estate taxes. Property taxes, real estate taxes, okay, people use those terms interchangeably, but they're really the same, okay? They're not personal property. Personal property, cars, boats, RVs, motorcycles. So what are real estate taxes and what do they do? So your local government, if you're in the city of Richmond, Henrico, Hanover, Chesterfield, Charles City County, wherever you are, those taxes in real estate are collected to pay for really all of your local government. That's the bulk of their funds. Primarily schools. That's where that money goes for. You pay those monies to your local tax assessor. So if you've got a mortgage, you've got a mortgage loan servicing company. They have what's called an escrow account, and that pays your principal, your interest, your taxes, and your insurance. So your taxes will be paid through your escrow, okay? And it doesn't matter if your house is paid off. You're going to pay the taxes, whatever they are, forever. So you might as well think about it. Where are the taxes lowest in my region? Where should I live so I don't waste a bunch of money on the taxes? And of course, the taxes are going to change periodically. So every year, your local government is going to come up with a budget, and they're going to may do reassessments every 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And then they may say the taxes went down, but your assessments went up. Bottom line is, what are you paying per square foot on the house? And that's what it is. So local governments will play a game. You'll see the taxes went up 2 cents a hundred, or up a nickel a hundred, or down a nickel a hundred, but the assessments went up, right? Okay. Now, your assessment is supposed to be fair. So I'm in Hanover County. Hanover County is going to measure the outside measurement of your house, okay? They're not measuring the inside rooms. They're going to measure the outside footprint of your house, and that's where the square footage comes from. The purpose of the assessments is to be fair, okay? And the inside dimensions and the outside dimensions are never going to match because, the wall is usually going to be 8 inches thick, right? So your checklist before selling, check your assessment online. Examine your last appraisal. Find it. If you've got it in some old paperwork or you did a refinance, it should be in there because you probably paid for it and did it. And then compare the two. At $150 per square foot of a house, that added $15,000 to the sale of our house. So this is real money. And as a real estate agent, when we're selling your house, the first thing we want to do is make sure the information is correct. All right, so here we go. What are the taxes in Central Virginia? Well, they're assessed at a charge per $100 of the assessed value. So Amelia County, there you go, that's the winner. They've got the lowest taxes at 51 cents per $100 of assessed value. And then Goochland, King and Queen, Louisa, Charles City County, Caroline, New Kent, Dinwiddie, my Hanover. I always tell people Hanover, we got really low taxes. But is that really true? I'm going to take a deeper dive into this in just a second. You're going to find out a little bit more about these numbers and what they mean. Powhatan, Prince George, King William, Henrico, Chesterfield is the highest county tax compared to our local cities. Hopewell, City of Richmond, Colonial Heights, and Petersburg have the highest tax in our local area. So where is the best home value in the region. Well, I took a lot of data to do this. I really hope you guys appreciate this. So if you're looking for a house that's around 1,000 square foot, which would be pretty small, okay, this is your guide. So Petersburg, and look at, just take note, City of Richmond, 199 in here. All right, take note of City of Richmond and how this City of Richmond will change position in each of the following lists based on square footage. But this is just a guide to show you if you want to buy 1,000 square foot home, maybe you want to look, in these areas up here rather than these areas, which tend to have higher prices. Now let's move up the list. 1,500 square foot. Petersburg, still the cheapest place to buy a home, okay? But now Richmond, which was in the middle of the list, is at the bottom, right? Because that's just the way the pricing goes. Houses cost different in different areas for different reasons. Then 2,000 square foot. Again, Petersburg's at the top, Richmond's at the bottom, and Hanover, here we are down here, right? Okay, these are average. I went into MLS, I pulled a huge amount of data. Some of these counties didn't have a lot of data for the last 180 days. Others had hundreds of data points. So just take this with a grain of salt. This is real data from MLS. And then 2,500 square foot, there's your information. 3,000 square foot, there's your information. Of course, you can stop, take a picture of this in the video, or rewind, but that really gives you a guiding post to the size of the house and where you can find the best deals in the region. All right. Well, what if we looked at the dollars per square foot on the tax? Well, the effective tax rate is really based on how they assess the house, right? What is the size of the house? Why? Because as the assessed values go up, taxes go up. So here's the dollar per 100 tax rate, but here's the dollar per square foot. So even though I go around, I tell people Hanover County has very low taxes. It's 81 cents, right? Compared to Henrico at 87 cents. The reality is Hanover, we're at about $1.18 per square foot. That's per size of the house. Henrico is a little bit more expensive, $1.24, okay? And Chesterfield is right there as well. But this really tells you what's going on with respect to the assessments. So this is where you can find the best home price values per square foot of home. So if you're looking for a home in these range, there it is. There's the data, okay? Take a screenshot if you'd like to. So what does this mean? The counties and the localities are using that money that they take from us homeowners, and they are mostly funding the schools. So you can go to a website like greatschools.com, .org, and check out the school rankings in a given area. Look for good government. Is the area you want to live in, is it prospering or is it going downhill? And then you need to consider other factors. Traffic, shopping, dining, cost of living, noise, walkability, the width of the streets in the subdivision, so if you want to walk your dog or meet the neighbors, and how close the lots are to each other, how close the houses are they packed in really tight or are they spread out? I mean, if they're on 5 or 10 acres, you might never meet any of your neighbors. But if you're on half-acre lots, you might, be able to wave and say hello and so forth. But all those factors, but predominantly schools, and that makes up about 50% of the real estate market is schools, and that really supports those real estate values. Where you live and the value of your home, as they say, location, 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 is so important. So look at the area, drive around. Is there trash on the streets? Are there bars on the windows? Is the area growing? Is it close to shopping? Is it noisy with highways and traffic going by? Or is it down a country road? So think about where you want to live. Look at those tax values and try to make a decision. And then that way, our real estate agent, we can help you find the perfect home of your dreams. I hope you found this information helpful. Thank you and have a great day.